So we are back from a little convention break here on the Transformers Slag podcast, and aside for some Transformers Blockies news and dropping 4 different Rodimus blind boxes and Hot Rod and Rodimus blind box model kits that I'm going to have to figure out a way to figure out and I'm gunning for, some of those are even chase models, man. We got some deeper updates on the big Transformers fan vote that's going to be dropping tomorrow and will be rocking all of the month of August in 2025. And it's that, of course, of the Transformers Activate Your Alt Mode fan vote. The Transformers Instagram and all their different socials gave an update on how this is going to work, all the specific dates, and how you're going to do the voting from what it seems like. So it looks like you're going to need an Instagram account to do the voting. They didn't really go deeply into the details, but you will need an Instagram account to do the voting on, of course, the app of Instagram. Now, how it breaks down is there's going to be multiple different rounds across multiple different days, and that'll be that. So essentially, round 1 is going to be the character face-off. It'll start on August 12th, 2025. We don't have an exact time yet, but on their Instagram account, it'll be the Autobot versus Autobot voting. It'll be Mirage versus Grimlock. Who's going to win that? We don't know. But that's going to be the first one. Then the following day, we're going to have on August 13th, we're going to have Decepticon versus Decepticon, Starscream versus Shockwave. Then they're going to take the winners of each one of those brackets, and they're going to do on August 14th, the following day after that, Autobot versus Decepticon. So if, let's say, Grimlock wins and Starscream, which I get a feeling that might be the case, they're going to go up against each other. And then the winner of that round will be revealed the following day after that, August 15th, 2025, for everyone to know. Then round 2 will be starting on August 18th to the 21st. It'll be a nice chunk of days that you could do the voting. And that voting will partake in relation to what will be the general category of the alt mode. Not the alt mode itself, just its category. And those categories will be, of course, a voting for land, sea, air, or wild card. Wild card could be anything. Think bots, like I've said before. Any kind of weird stuff that isn't just land, sea, or air. And when I mean land, it doesn't just have to be land vehicles. It could be beasts that are strictly on the land. Sea doesn't necessarily have to be sea vehicles. It could be also animals that are in the sea. And same thing with air. It could be birds and stuff. So keep that in mind with the wild card category. It doesn't necessarily just mean beasts. It just means stuff that's really outside of that. Boom boxes and maybe even a pencil case, weird stuff like that. And then the winner of that will then be announced on August 22nd, and we'll find out who wins that category. So we'll find out who the character is and what the category will be on August 22nd. And then the final round, round 3, the voting will happen from August 25th to the 28th. We're going to be deciding within whatever category wins what the actual alt mode will be in that category to vote for. So example, let's say C wins, you'll be deciding between 4 different choices, maybe an aircraft carrier, a submarine, a speedboat, and some kind of beast mode, maybe like a shark, And then after that's all tabulated, after that's all figured out, the final thing on September 17th, Transformer Day, the very first day that Generation 1 debuted more than 40 years ago, on September 17th, we will have that announcement on the Instagram of who is the winner. Who is that alt mode? Who will it be? Will it be an aquatic-based Grimlock? Will it be a Shockwave that turns into a whale shark? We do not know, but we will see on September 17th. So again, stay tuned tomorrow on Instagram. Make sure you have your account ready to be participating in that very first piece of the voting. Tomorrow is Mirage versus Grimlock. Who are you going to vote for? I'll let you know maybe after the fact. I don't want to influence voting or anything like that. But voting starts tomorrow all throughout the week, so stay tuned for that. And thanks again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast. And that's it for now, right now, in terms of news. Again, I want to give a big thank you to all that came out to support all my projects and stuff that I was working on with Udon and Capcom at the Otakuthon convention over the past weekend, the second biggest anime convention in North America. We were promoting the Mega Man X Timelines comic book. We had a whole bunch of panels. I was also working with Bandai and Gundam and stuff, and we're doing all kinds of different fighting robot panels and stuff. And our next stop, if you're curious on the convention scene and everything, our next stop, if you don't count Japan itself, we will be at the Mississauga Toronto Video Game Show Fall Edition, Sunday, September 14th, 2025. We'll have some Mega Man books there and some other cool stuff too. So check that out, yo. And thanks again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast and keeping you educated, entertained, and informed on your glorious Transformer robot hobby. And I'll talk to you in the near future.